Mic check. We there? Yep, we're in there.
You are in there.
We're in there.
Yes,
and
sir.
See, I got to make sure. Now, is it best to lean up in here for the audio quality?
Audio quality wise, it is best. You can move that to the edge of the table and raise it up a little bit. Oh, that one's mine actually. Okay. You can move that to the end of the table though, like, and then move it up. Move
like
the
this
level.
here.
You can actually move the level up as well. You want to jump on? Come on.
Right here. Like right in here. Yep.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be 25.
Let me get in here.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
And then a woo woo woo.
What's that?
Got a wee wee wee.
Wee wee.
Cause I love you.
Drew, we jumping onto this?
So this thing. Yeah, let me tap that. So that's the thing, right? So we.
Technically recording, but we're not live yet, so just don't say nothing wild. Just so you know.
Oh, right now?
Just so he knows, because he was about to start talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's the thing. So as we kind of continue to move, in the space of success. I don't know. Like, I hope you got it structured because I'm ready to download some information to you. Because as you continue to see the intellectual property, that is always what we're trying to keep.
No.
Yeah.
You can do a sound check though.
Check.
Oh, it's not on.
How do you know if it's picking up?
Because I can't.
Oh, God.
Lena.
Check.
Yeah, wait. Yeah. You got to sit up on it a little bit.
Yeah, sing to the ladies, man.
Check.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear you. It's
Can
just
you,
low.
can you hear me clearly? That's all I'm
You
asking.
got to Keith Sweat it.
We can't hear you. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready though. Are you ready?
Okay.
G Money. Make sure you don't look shy.
Hey, I'm a
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I feel like I always
You
look
been watching
shiny.
Orange is the New
Really?
Black? I see.
Not now.
I have not.
You're
I
busted.
don't get
My
no-
nose You're busted.
I don't. I
Is
heard
that some
it was
Orange is the
pretty
New
good,
Black
though. I heard it was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that.
I heard it was pretty good though.
It's
It
pretty
is.
good. I
Bro, you didn't enjoy that? I feel like we should
No.
hit that topic on this.
We can.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll save it. We'll save it all.
But I'm not with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said you know.
No. See, this should have been okay. That should have been okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But I'm ready to go. Shane, you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome
Welcome,
to the Three Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane M. Petty.
Mr. Gerald Cobb.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to do first and last name.
Yeah.
That's why I was
You
going to.
pointed at him. I pointed.
Oh
yeah,
really? And brother.
The Professor.
Oh shit.
That's it. All right.
Professor Love.
Yes, sir. And today on the episode, we have, like he introduced himself as, Gerald Cobb. This is AKA G Money.
There it
This
is.
is somebody that I know since March,
Yes.
and he's always been solid. I'm definitely a fan of this dude. That's the whole point of the podcast, interviewing people that we're fans of.
Yeah.
And one thing that always stuck out about me to him,
Yes.
this man's vocabulary was through the roof.
We got a taste of it over there. I was like, holy
Dog,
shit, I gotta get my dictionary.
Man, dog, yo, that vocabulary is real, dog. So.
That means a lot.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, not a problem. But yeah, we can go ahead and get it cracking, man. We can start from the beginning. Tell us what you do.
Sure. So, I provide solutions for all individuals to just continue to be a part of everyone's success. And, that's why, I appreciate having this opportunity with, these wonderful, brothers that are successful, connecting with AJ the Menace, being a part of his energy. It's just allowed me to,
Well, thank you.
Just continue to connect and, grow things, as far as within the space. So what I do is connect, with from a consultative perspective within the healthcare arena to ensure that everyone is compliant, but also have things tailored to, themselves individually. Outside of that, we just continue to generate revenue and partner and just
AKA secure that bag.
Securing the bag is what it's all about.
Exactly.
So, we're just always staying connected, having productive conversation and, putting things, I say real time in the space.
Yes, sir.
And that's why, I'm here to, share this energy with these brothers and, go ahead and, get it going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so Mr. Secure the Bag, man.
Yeah.
What I've heard is you got some juice that you want to discuss here today.
juice about what? It all depends on what we're talking about.
I feel like there's
What
some
kind of
juice that needs to
juice?
hit the table.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Some words of exchange. A topic came up. I
earlier?
feel like something was pretty good,
Oh.
pretty amazing.
This sounds amazing. I wish I knew what it was.
And you disagree, brother?
Oh, talking about Orange is the New Black?
I'm talking about it. Don't say it like Orange is the New Black. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Or is the
No,
brand
no,
new
no.
black?
I'm gonna get to it, but I want to knock.
Okay, we're gonna knock that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to knock this
Hey,
interview.
look. If he probably gonna try to stress us out because he know what's coming.
Yeah.
So when Orange is the New Black conversation come up, skip ahead. We're gonna catch that because. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Orange is the New Black, though. We're not talking about like
the Netflix original
We are
series.
talking about the Netflix original, and we all know they always hit
Prison.
hard.
Okay, so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So, but why does prison have to be associated with the New Black?
I see what you're saying.
I don't
But
understand.
the way I
Orange.
think they, but I think the way they
That's
designed that.
a saying for everything, actually,
let's-
right?
Let's do it.
That's an interesting question. I like how you trying to throw a
Let's do
shot
it.
in there. I like that.
Yeah.
It was an interesting question. However, I think you're focusing too much on the title and not the content itself, which is like judging a butcher by his
I
cover.
understand.
No, not that. But I see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're saying though. You're pretty much. But this is how they equated it though. Where the Orange is the New Black. Where I think fashion wise, like black is like.
They always say that, yeah.
It's always like black clothes, black
Yeah,
like
pink is the new black. Like
Yeah, exactly.
everybody's
yeah.
wearing it.
Fashion
That's what that
wise,
means.
exactly. Fashion
Everybody's
wise,
doing it.
something's always the new black because black is such a prominent color.
Yeah.
I think that's how they did it because if you look at her background, the main character's background was some rich girl from like the Valley in California that ended up in jail. So
It
her
generates revenue.
I think it's a play on words.
It generates revenue.
Oh.
And I've seen
Oh,
every
yeah,
season.
yeah.
I've seen every season. I've seen every episode. I think it's a play on words.
Okay.
The reason I say that is the first season, what we got.
hold on, real quick. I don't want to cut, but we have to jump into the interview.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
We gotta jump into the interview. This has to go to the end.
We
bro.
can go to
It
the
has
interview. I just want to say we're going to the interview. Somebody took a shot at Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Y'all talked about it again. I tried to defend myself, and then we're going back to the interview. Okay.
But we got to go back to the interview. Okay,
to
so
it.
all right. So I want to start from the beginning. No, so
Let's do it.
where are you from, my brother?
Yeah, so I like to consider myself being a little bit from everywhere.
Okay.
Indigenously, from the North Carolina area. So I'm a North Carolina native, man.
Okay, all right.
totally.
So you pretty much your whole life then, right?
Yeah, man. Totally.
Oh shit, born and
Yeah.
raised.
Yeah, so I'm a part of the interwoven fabric of what everyone is able to kind of like enjoy today here in the area, because my family's from here. We've kind of created and moved within the North Carolina area to create opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to kind of say that I'm from somewhere that my legacy has been able to continue moving
And
and
prosper.
creating opportunity in the area. Yeah,
Yeah, that is
totally.
nice.
Sure.
So now, so like your upbringing wise, since you're from the area, like
Yeah.
what? So how was your upbringing, parents, stuff like that?
Yeah, man, just hard, working folks, just individuals that, love tradition and was able to get kind of like that, connection of the throwback, I would say, experience from my grandparents. So,
Okay,
we
so
were-
you were
Okay.
you were raised by the
Okay,
village,
so
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're from here. Your parents from here. Your grandparents from here.
That is correct.
Okay, so we're dealing with a straight up native
North Carolinian,
here.
yeah.
This is
North Carolinian. Yeah.
this is 100% North Carolinian.
Yeah. This is 100% authentic.
Authentic.
Yeah.
We're talking about
That's
generational.
why that's
Yeah.
And from
That-
your family, is that where you got sort of like your drive for business? It was from them? Or?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's not only just the drive. It's just more or less your contribution and purpose as far as once you understand the brand, what you're actually representing in the space.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what once you define that, that's kind of what moves it forward, to be honest with you. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
So with your parents, so since you were kind of raised by the village in that sense, like when it comes
Totally.
to the both parents and the
Yes.
grandparents.
Yes, it's kind of like the now the thing is I got to just bring a little bit more framework around that.
Okay.
Because I want to go ahead and bring the continuity to this experience is like that. I guess it's like one of those pictures. Like if you imagine back in the day, you think of like all the stereotypes like watermelon, cotton fields.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking like biting into like a nice tomato.
Yeah.
Straight off the vine.
Yeah,
You're talking
you know, say
lemonade
add a little bit of
with
salt to
with
it.
the condensation on the lemonade glass and just swirl it around on the front porch.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
kind of
that's how we.
That's how you came up.
That's how we
Lipton tea.
came up.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! Oh yeah, you're
You know?
authentic. I was a motherfucker there. Yeah, yes sir.
You know,
Okay.
Like
Have the fan.
traditional. Yeah, the fan exactly.
Rocking chair.
Church
Yeah.
fan. Totally.
People hanging out every Sunday,
And that's
like
North Carolina living, man.
Yeah.
Sunday dinners every
It
Sunday.
was all about family, man. It was all
Damn,
about
that's
just,
what's up.
truly, building for purpose, man, and moving things forward.
So when it came to the music inside of your household, what was the type of music that you grew up on and you were playing?
All gospel.
All got okay.
All gospel.
Every from start to finish.
Start to finish.
Were you one of the kids that went to church 5 times a week?
Always. And Vacation Bible School.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I did the
was in
Vacation Bible School.
in
Yeah.
the choir,
Vacation
in the
Bible.
choir, and in the church choir, and all that. You know, that's what you do. You know, that's the bloodline of what we also represent. You know, yeah. We're through that bloodline there. So a lot of ministers in the family. So I've always kind of been tied in on that.
On the religion side of it too.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
discernment, and just a divine assessment on certain scenarios.
So, since it was mainly Christian music, did your parents or did the people in your household equate hip hop to the secular music? Did
Oh man,
Was
yeah.
is that what you heard?
Yeah, was
So
that a
that's
rough transition?
that's what's so absolutely extraordinarily phenomenal
Yeah.
about just being able to be connected to guys like yourselves to be able to share this because this is what's totally just like the best part of it. Like hip hop, the current state and what people see as, what's rap, what's pop, and I know we'll get there.
Yeah.
But, it's awesome to say that, me being a 90s guy,
90s to the core?
I am like the litmus of, the Motown essence of hip hop as we know
Okay.
it today.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's something where hip hop was something that was organic, it was new, so I introduced it into my home for the first time.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
so how old were you when
my
you did
parents-
that?
Oh man, so the first one was actually when I got turned on to NWA.
Oh,
so that was
you brought that.
straight outta
You brought
Compton.
that
Yeah,
home
that's
to
the
a
first-
gospel
yeah,
home
yeah.
That was
first.
the first rap hip hop album I ever heard. It was through one of the guys that was in the neighborhood that we used to play with, as far as ride bikes and things.
Okay.
And he had an older brother, so his older brother was traveling and give him things. So he said, "Hey man, listen to this." I put it in my ears for the first time. I never heard so much profanity. I said, "Wow, this is awesome." I said, "This is awesome
For real,
And that's
especially
when
when all
take
you
a
know
tape.
is gospel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're like, what? They said, fuck, bitch.
All
Yeah.
in one sentence, all in one line.
Niggas with attitude.
Yeah, I said this is incredible. So that was the first thing I dubbed. That's when we could actually, double tape. And
So what year was that? How old
that
were you?
was,
How old were you when
man,
that came out?
So that was I was
Early-
like 13. So I was like 13, 14. So I was
Right?
like-
Were you in high school at that point, or right about to go to high school?
I was getting ready to transition in. I was like
Okay.
a freshman. Yeah, that was
Okay,
early
yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's about 8th grade somewhere. Around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone around in there. So that was awesome because it was just like we were listening to the Walkman and you run the wire up.
I used to have a Walkman too.
There
bro.
you go.
Thank God I'm so glad that I'm still part of that generation that I know what dial-up is. I know what a Walkman is. I know
Yeah,
what a
yeah.
cassette tape is.
You're not too young to
VHS.
not know what.
Yeah,
those things
yeah.
are.
Like you ask one of these 2000 kids, bro. Some of them don't know what dial-up is.
I've never even seen it.
They
Never
thought a
even seen
Walkman is
that.
a phone.
They don't know what a walk. Yeah,
Exactly.
they don't know what a walk. They didn't realize that there's
Yeah.
phones that are bigger than this.
Yeah.
And this is thick to them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
like, they don't realize. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like how
Yeah.
matter of fact, being at the call center and I'm taking calls.
Yeah.
Bruh, this is when I realized I'm like, holy shit, there's just a generational gap because somebody's setting up internet services and I'm like, can I get your date of birth? They're like 1997. I'm like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what, nigga?
Yes.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. 97 sounds old as fuck to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm born in the 90s, so
Yeah.
I'm born 1990. In
Oh,
97
1990. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
1990.
Yeah.
But when I hear 97, I'm like, yo, they are babies, my nigga. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
yeah, bro, yeah. So
Hey, I heard 2000, man. I was just like, shit.
All right, bruh.
Yes.
I was talking to this. This is when I realized how time has moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to this girl. She's like, "Oh, I'm like 19." I'm like, "Okay, that's solid adult,
Yeah.
immature, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't yet full level of maturity yet,
Yeah.
but you're an adult.
Yeah.
We can get there."
You're on the edge.
Okay, so I'm like, "So what? You was born in like what? 95, 96?" She was like, 95, 96.
That's it.
and that's scary, bro.
Dog. She was like, "I was born in I was born in 98.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
right, ain't it?
90, yeah, I guess
I think so,
I
yeah.
don't have time to do the
19.
math right now.
Yeah. I don't care.
Whatever the age was, whatever year was, I feel like
Yeah.
it was mad recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 2001 sometimes feel like it was just like
It's like
Just
5
yesterday.
years
that's
ago.
like that's when Hard Knock Life came out. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it does
It's
not.
like his third or fourth album.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Early,
That
that was
That was on the Blueprint, actually.
no, Hard Knock Life.
Yeah.
Life.
That was on the
No, that was like a something volume 2.
oh yeah, it's
Hard
not,
Knock.
That was like Sean Carter
Blue,
2 or something.
yeah, something like that.
Are other people allowed to ask him questions?
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I want to know, have you ever seen, you watch Netflix?
No, bro. No, stop, bro. No, bro. No. We have a core interview to do.
Let's do it.
We'll get to that.
Let's do it.
That's it. I got some questions.
You can pertaining to the topic of him. We're not going.
This is him. His views.
But this is a topic you brought in.
Like
though.
this isn't orange, but he's black.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. This is actually salmon.
Yeah,
but
salmon is really black.
yeah. So NWA was the first time we found it.
Yes.
So that was like 13.
He brought that.
So now, did you ever want to get into the side of the music where like you're doing the music? I'm sure everybody tries rap. Every black
I tried
person
it. I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I was able to have an opportunity to, add an additional kind of like product to my brand. And I was always bringing music into the space to touch people, to, just be a part of like, people kind of connecting with the things that are important to them, because once again, I've always, been within in the church, and, that's always been a huge, platform.
And church is big, and church is big networking
so,
too.
Yeah, totally. So, I kind of hone my skills from a like artistry perspective, strictly within the church,
Okay.
And, traveling with that. And, honestly, I always kind of, joke on it a little bit. I always say if I kind of would have stayed in that lane, then it would actually be, me. It'd be G Money. And it wouldn't have been no Usher. It wouldn't have been no Tevin Campbell. It wouldn't have been no it would have been me in that space.
Yeah.
Because my vocals were good. I had the moves and everything. Nice. I mean, it was kind of like, I had the buzz kind of going,
So you were rapping?
No, I was singing actually.
Word?
Yeah, I was an R&B guy.
Okay.
Nice.
Gospel.
Okay.
Guy.
So you already had pull in church then?
I did.
Okay.
They would come around for like revivals and things. Would travel with that thing.
Yeah.
So, everything is nice like that. And, that was all, like I said, it's crazy how now you look at it, everything is captured in social media. Mm-hmm. So now everything everybody, pretty much does, it can be essentially like transparent to however many people want to view it, right?
Yeah.
So what that does, it kind of, takes, I guess you would say, certain things that are exclusive or what you would determine as value, right? Uh-huh. It kind of makes it a little bit more, I think, a little bit non-valuable, because I think what determines something that's exclusive is something that is not as, openly broadcast from a, large, I guess like consumption basis.
Yeah.
Because if everybody can consume it,
like a mass blast.
Right. If everybody can consume it, then I don't equate that as exclusive.
Yeah.
So what's great about it is, on one hand, everything that everybody does now can actually have a lot of additional eyes on it.
That's
so
true.
Therefore, it can always have a physical reference point, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, in our time, coming up in the '90s, like I said, this phenomenal time with the music, and why these certain individuals are able to continue to move things forward with the book of business and be successful, is because they were able to capture a time prior to it kind of being broadcasted. So the only true like work site for what's authentic is what they kind of stay current with, and what you kind of continue to build in the market. If you really look at it from
that's
that
true.
perspective,
Yeah, you have to stay in the market, or it's, it ain't shit. It's not exclusive at all if it's not there.
There it is.
That's a fact. Yeah.
So that's where I kind of hone my skills, exclusively within the church, because that was what I was needed to be utilized for at that time. So once I found the hip hop piece in its embryo status, so it was kind of like
real.
You have the zygote, prior to the embryo, then you're moving into fetus, then you're moving into baby, now you're moving into child, now you're moving into different layers, right? I came into this not zygote style, I came into an embryo style. So that means that I'm kind of like, I guess you would say,
you're part of the
OG-ish.
DNA.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm royalty. And I swag-a-lish it. I swag it out like that.
I feel especially when you've connected it with it from the birth like that.
That's it.
So now, since you were in the gospel household, so you completely missed the wave. Did you miss like the Grandmaster Flash and all that stuff? Like,
I did.
So you because that's not the music you were hearing.
That's
so you
correct.
just completely missed it. So when you first heard it,
I came into
it was
phase.
NWA.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have, within I try to look at everything as like, from a project perspective, right?
Yeah.
So anything you go into, anything we're doing, like what we're doing now, how you have this structured, anything from a project perspective, right? You're going to always have your initial tests, first phase testing, just to see if it worked,
Yeah.
So that was kind of, that period, and what we now know as hip hop.
Yeah.
That was that first phase, as they say,
being
modeling,
tested out.
discovery, testing the market, right?
Yeah.
And then boom, then they say, oh, we have validity here, And then things started taking shape and form into the second phase,
Yeah.
which now defines the market, and that's when I came into it.
That does define the market. Yeah,
That was a great time to come right in. you know?
Exactly.
That
I
definitely
mean,
did define the market.
Everything that I pretty much came up to from a music perspective, hip hop wise, was NWA, Outkast, Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z,
Yeah, yeah.
Biggie, Brand Nubians,
Thanks.
just like everything, Common,
Yeah. Oh,
like, everything,
yeah.
like, and to see where all these individuals have transcended to within a universal space, like tapping into different things that they've been
Yeah.
able to move within this whole
The space.
celestial space,
Yeah.
is absolutely just tremendous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I wish
is.
I could see it back from back then, dog.
Yeah, that growth.
Yeah, man. So since you were doing the singing in the church,
Totally.
and then you took that into like a actual like singing career at some point. When
Yeah.
did that end?
So that kind of ended when the summers were hot, and I had now kind of spent most of my summers on the church traveling vacation Bible school.
Facts. yeah. I did vacation Bible school, bro.
All the,
like
all the
3-4
rehearsals
times.
in the summertime, and it was kind of like
you're taking too much time out of my day, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I still gotta live out here. Yeah.
I'm seeing now, everybody's like, come on to the pool, and I'm like, I would love to go to the pool, but like, nah, the parents is like, nah, what are you talking about? It's time to go and get this rehearsal going. We got to get things lined up. This is what we do, So I said, okay. I need to start trying to figure out another plan.
Because this ain't
Free up my schedule.
Yeah. All right. So how old were you when you decided to just like start
Free
breaking
things
away
up.
from that?
It was right around that time frame, right around that transition from
When you got
8th
introduced
grade
to
to
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that
So
transition
you were
into
doing
high
the
school.
choir your whole life pretty
Oh,
much
yeah, man.
until
Oh, yeah.
the NWA hit you and you were like, it's time to just find a new lane.
It's time to just start, looking and seeing what other opportunities are out there
True.
to express yourself.
Exactly.
Because you
that's
got to
true.
be organic. That's the thing. We're all organically evolving, right?
Yeah.
And they say, that's when it gets challenging, when that evolution kind of starts to tap out, or it stops. So new things should always come into the space to define that you're still kind of moving forward. So that's kind of
That makes sense. So now, up until this point, what kind of things have you done to be in the hip hop scene? Because you clearly saw opportunity in it. I know you told me a little about some of the things you've done in the hip hop scene.
Totally.
So you saw the opportunity. Your family helps you see, branded you so that you could see the opportunity.
Transition
So
in.
when did you
Yeah.
transition into that, and what's that like current state of your influence and like behind the scenes plans of like the hip hop scene, or musically anything? Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
hip hop, but to the current state.
Totally, and I appreciate that because music is something that I've appreciated from perspective of it changes things. So you have different layers to how it can be utilized, to provide opportunities for people to feel certain ways.
Hey, do
So
me a favor.
yeah, yep, I got you right here.
Just point that up a little
Yep.
bit. Yeah, sir.
Perfect.
Yep.
So hip hop, as it in its inception, let's just say that.
Yeah.
And during that time, kind of being able to see the profitability of it was what incentivized me. Because, like any other business,
saw the dollar signs in it. Yeah.
Thing is, like any other business, as I continue to learn and grow and have opportunities to, create business, you see that it's always best to get in on the ground floor.
Every
now,
time,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. Now, it doesn't hurt to get in when it's successful. I mean, if you can get in when it's at its max. I mean, no matter when you get in. I mean, if you get in, I mean, it's
And
gonna
do
be-
what you gotta
it's-
do
it's
while
awesome,
you're there, yeah,
because
yeah.
that economic infrastructure has been created. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But if you're able to be innovative enough, if you're able to, be in alignment with the synergy of that energy at that time, and you're able to land in something innovative, new and fresh, your authentic,
To it.
stumble up. You just stumbled up on the treasure chest. You just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just hit the treasure chest.
Yeah.
This might now you say, okay, you just stumbled up into the treasure chest. That's the whole thing about it. When the illumination of that hits your eye, you're like, oh wow, I know the emotions are high. But do you individually turn around and say, hey guys, guess what? I just stumbled up on this treasure.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
see this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you know what? Then that means that those individuals are going to come and want to see. And then when they come and see that treasure, they're probably going to want to share it with you. I mean, why wouldn't they? right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, when people stumble up on things like that, right? Most individuals tend to kind of like say, "How can I, be the inception of it? How can I grow this? How can I?"
Wait,
Yes.
what are you referring to again
Totally.
exactly?
Opportunity. And see, when you look at it from an opportunist perspective, the
Yeah, just push it down and it'll stick in there better. Yeah.
there we go.
So when you stumble upon a treasure, you say, "Guys, come look at this. Come look at this."
Which is hip hop.
Okay, the treasure is hip hop.
So the thing is,
And that's when
individuals that were able to stumble up into it in its inception, that was the illumination of that ultimate treasure. That's the reason why a lot of these people are relevant today. I mean, it's also great to be a part of like a business that is in its startup phase and then just blow up into
So how did you turn you finding the treasure into like the activity that you have in the scene now,
Sure.
or that you did have? Like, what did you do?
It was
Like,
all opportunistic. So basically, connected with some great brothers that were in the Triad area, and was really a part of a local group at the time. Was able to navigate it from making all the mistakes earlier on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But basically, just be a part of the industry. So I was a writer, producer.
So you did writing for R&B?
No, I actually transitioned to more of the hip hop.
Oh, so you were you were doing ghostwriting for rappers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm more kind of like into freestyle, organic, what I'm saying, type of lyrics.
Yeah.
As a lyricist.
Yeah.
Because, once again, when I came in, my introduction was like Black Thought,
nice.
Talib, Mos Def,
Yeah.
Common, Brand Nubian. So my introduction to the space with these brothers, Redman, a lot of these, local, individuals, it was always about the music being something as a jewel to connect with the people. So, we're typically putting this music out here as a lifestyle, as a culture, and we're, preserving it and treating it as such.
Yeah.
And
So
that's what it is.
who was the group?
Yeah, so we never.
Or was
really
it just
kinda
like a collective of
It was a
people?
collective, yeah,
Okay.
collective group.
Okay. Were y'all doing shows and all that at least?
Yeah,
though?
doing shows, man. Had an opportunity. It was interesting. I mean, kind of signed like an independent management deal where it was
Oh, shit,
absolutely
really?
rogue. Yeah, totally rogue.
Absolutely Rogue.
Most definitely.
That is a pretty good name.
because
yeah.
it was essentially
That is a pretty
I
good
like
name.
that.
yeah,
that's a good
If you
name.
look at it, it was essentially like the deals are today. It's the
Absolutely
same
wrong.
deals that exist today as far as what's a part of the infrastructure. I mean, it's a lot of artists. We can kind of go and dive into that. That's going through the same challenges with deals like that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, can I ask a question that's
Oh.
not related to what we were discussing previously?
Yeah.
Not if it
If
takes
it's
us
related to
away.
hip hop, not
Yes.
related to
yes. If it's
Okay.
related to hip hop, yes.
All right. So, everybody's talking about this new Jay-Z album,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
444.
Right.
That's how you say it? I've only seen it. That's how you say it.
Yeah,
444?
I think, that's how you say it,
444, yeah.
Okay, 444.
Do you know what it means?
I'm not, what is it reference? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me.
yeah, I know
know,
you would
I-
drop some knowledge.
You
Yeah.
did set it up like you
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
Know what that
Yeah.
means?
Do you know what it, do you know what that stands for?
Yeah,
That's how you
yeah,
did it. Do you know what that stands
I
for?
have no idea.
And I'm like, I
Nope.
thought the bomb was about to drop.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard people talking about it. I heard he's on some new shit.
Okay.
Now, AJ actually let me hear it. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard a few tracks.
Yeah.
Okay? And I gotta say, I was very impressed.
Oh, man.
What
Yep.
impressed you?
What impressed me specifically? All right, for example, and I've heard people try to describe these quotes, but I don't feel like they took the essence of what he was doing. I mean, they got their experience, but their words didn't give me their experience until I experienced it myself. Now I made the connection. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one part where he says, "Bye," and this is coming from somebody who's not even a Jay-Z fan. I'm unbiased.
Yeah, you're
I'm
biased.
not a Jay-Z fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
He said, "You buy." He said, "I bought a $1 million portrait.
Yeah.
A portrait that cost $1 million. With it 1 year, it cost $2 million.
No,
After
it was 2 years later. It cost $2 million.
$2 million. How many years?
A few years
A
later.
few years later, it cost $8 million.
Sure.
And I would say, I swear, I can't wait to give that shit to my children.
Sure.
Right? And before that, he built up by saying, no, there's no point of living rich if you're going to die broke. Right? Which is not a typical punchline that we hear in rap. That's not.
Yeah.
There's no point in living rich if you're gonna die broke. He said, I'm gonna buy it at 1 million, get it to 2 million, 2 million, get it to 8 million, and then I thought it was gonna say what?
Sell it.
Sell it. That's where our mind is going. That's where our mind is going. You wait till it goes up, you get the stocks, you sell them.
Right.
Saying, no, don't sell those stocks, you selfish motherfucker. Give them to your kids.
Yeah.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like grown man business, you know.
I like it.
Savage.
You would like the 444 album.
You know, it was based on what you shared there, and I appreciate you sharing that because, you know, from a high level, you know, I internalize it as, you know, yes, that is a great methodology to be able to put out there, especially with the current state of where the music is.
Yeah.
So I would have to definitely, you know, I haven't heard that specifically, but I would definitely have to commend if that is how
If that's
the lyric-
what he's
if that's how
delivering.
the lyric
Now-
was delivered.
now I haven't heard
then
the
I have
whole
to-
thing,
Okay.
but
Right.
the feedback I've been getting has been consistent.
Sure.
Right? I've been pretty consistent. Y'all remember when Luke Cage came out? I'm not going that direction. I
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah. It's like it's another Netflix.
Yeah. So when Luke Cage came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this is on point. We finally got a black show." I remember seeing your thing about it. You put on some very good.
Oh, when it was coming up.
Yeah.
When you did the
Where
word
you
of
were
the day on
saying
it.
that you were committing the theme music, which is just
Yeah.
like authentic, right?
Yeah.
Dave East was on that shit.
Yeah, and what's his name? The artist,
Oh,
Jadeva,
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know, but he could spit, bro.
His last album,
I didn't
was
find
fire.
out until
I didn't
the
hear
show.
it yet.
No, I was
You heard
just,
his last album?
I was just like,
I have.
It's fire.
Yeah.
He has a great international footprint, so he's doing
Yeah.
well there. From a revenue
He does
perspective.
because he's born in Africa, so it's like, he does make music for the world to
He does.
consume.
He's
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
you know, because
He's on a conscious tip.
Paris, and, you know, Europe, different places like that.
Yeah.
You find like there's definitely a market segment within music that you know artists can fit within that demographic, and
Yeah.
that kind of ties it back into you know, like I said, based on that lyric that you were referencing. I do appreciate that something like that can be put out, you know, in today's space within music, and not worry about compromising the brand
Of the
not
artist,
of not
right.
really-
and someone of his level and stature too, saying all this stuff.
And the way he said it,
It's always different when somebody with that level of stature of like
He's higher than
actual-
it
of
doesn't
his
sound corny.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But he has, but his
Yeah.
girlfriend is Beyonce. He's one of the best rappers in the game. I have no reason to do this,
Exactly.
except because I
Exactly.
want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got
So I
another
think
line on
that's
the.
the play. I
He
think
said,
that's
"I
He's at
got-
the point where he
got a-
could do it
He got
if-
another
because
line
he
on the
wants
album
to.
where he says, "I'm trying to give you $1 million a game for $9.99."
Yeah.
Like, because that's what he was. Like the whole album, literally,
Okay, yeah.
is based off of his apology to Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
It's based off black ownership and black business, which
Yeah.
I do plan on asking you what that means to you.
Sure.
The political struggle of like not even political struggle. Well, it would be a political struggle as well, but like black empowerment. Black empowerment. There's some brutality aspects
Oh,
of
yeah,
there in there,
yeah.
but it's mainly. I would say it's less black like that, but it's more of just black excellence. Like more
He's trying
of-
to encourage the culture instead of
It's-
saying, "Oh, look, we're getting shot.
Exactly.
We're getting shot."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of just addressing it, it's more.
Here's
of
what you
a-
do to be successful at
Exactly.
black
It's
businesses.
more of a black empowerment album.
Yeah.
So so black
Restructuring our
empowerment album,
mindset.
black business, and also into all that. I'm apologizing to you, Beyonce, for fucking.
He's like, "Oh, by the way, sorry, Beyonce."
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like he's not just telling us what to do, but he's telling us how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
not,
no,
and
yeah.
not just saying
Step by step, too.
and not only saying step by step. Here's what you need to do. Follow these instructions. I feel like he's giving us the logic we will need to navigate through those steps.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
what stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Because it's not just do it. This is why you have to do it.
Right, because if you tell me what to do, I can do it and I can replicate those steps. But if I encounter a new situation, how am I going to adapt my behavior if I don't understand the logic behind the process?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
makes
see what I'm
sense.
saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like he's speaking to the logic. We need to adjust our logic because we always get criticized for our actions. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this many black men get shot. Or there's statistics. That's actions.
Yeah,
That's the results
statistics.
of actions anyway. Right? Okay, I know the results of the actions is fucked up. That's like you got F's. It's just saying you get F's, you get F's, you get F's. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make A's.
How do I do
tell
that?
me how to make A's? You have
Yeah.
to tell me how if I don't know how.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
sometimes
like it. I mean, I like it, you know. But you know, at the same time, too, I think it also has to be still assessed from, you know, the individual perspective.
Oh, okay.
Because you know, my experiences are that if somebody says, "Hey, I'm just going to give you everything," you know, I'm just going to give it all away, and truly want you to be profitable, truly want you to be successful, truly want you
Wait,
to
what are you
get
referring
all
to?
these things
I'm not- hold on,
that
wait.
are kind of like highlighted
He's pretty
from
much
what
saying
would be
that
a
no matter how
logical
much game I give
perspective.
you, you still have to want to do it.
Oh yeah,
And-
okay,
and,
okay,
and,
okay.
and sometimes
You can lead them to water.
And sometimes
But
I
they
found,
won't drink,
And
yeah.
sometimes I have found too, where some of those things are transparently put out there because it's almost like I got to tie it in. It's the finals that just recently passed with Denver Nugget,
Cavaliers
Golden
and Golden State.
and
Yeah.
Cavaliers. I started realizing, like, man, I was watching that thing for a totally different reason, and what I was really watching it for was not to know that Golden State was going to win. I realized, like, if they actually if they sweep Cleveland, that means they will have like a historic stat that will probably never
Yeah.
ever happen again. And I said,
That's a
factually,
fact, yeah.
it will never happen again in our lifetime.
Yeah.
So you have certain
Very
things-
true, very
because
true.
This thing, so you have certain things that can actually be contributory, and everything has a line to where it should come to fruition, but it's holistic impact on what it could actually represent could create a bottleneck at the same time.
Bro, what are you referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lost, bro.
Yeah.
What are you referring to specifically?
And where I'm going specifically with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is when you have someone that's delivering everything and giving everything
Okay,
away for
okay,
free.
okay.
Oh yeah. The whole it was the, you can
bring
lead
it
them,
back. Yeah,
you can
yeah,
lead
yeah.
them to water, but you can't make them drink.
Literally,
Basically,
you gotta
yeah.
always be tied in.
Yeah.
Because it can be. You gotta sometimes look at it from another perspective.
Okay,
Because it could be a challenge at the same time.
okay.
Yeah.
Because you saying he can give the information, but that doesn't mean they're going to capitalize
Yeah.
on that
It's going to be
information.
difficult to replicate.
Exactly.
It's
yeah,
like
it's
if
gonna be
I can
different.
get somebody distracted on trying to replicate something that's impossible, that means I can continue
Okay.
growing past the market.
I get what you're saying, but what if that's not what he's doing at all? What if he's actually trying to not just motivate people to do what he's doing, or inspire people to do what he's doing? He's just trying to motivate and inspire people, whatever lane they're in, right? Because that
You
advice,
could take it that way.
That
Yeah.
advice of the 1 million to 2 million, 2 million, 8 million, 8 million, give it to my kids, that could also be applied to a team environment, right? If I have some knowledge, develop the knowledge, amplify the knowledge,
Right.
and instead of all right, I'm about to sell it now. I'm gonna get the information out to my team so we can apply that knowledge.
I think the numbers
right?
are too big. So
What do you
to
mean by that?
effectively deliver anything, what I've learned through my journeys is that you have to always tailor
audience
your
is too
solution.
wide.
You have to tailor your solution to the individual if you're going to be effective. So where people authentically are rooted in the space, as far as being
Okay.
able to dynamically connect and want the best for everybody holistically, that means all my solutions are tailored to the individual. So
Okay.
I can't cast a wide net. That means I'm not effective.
I disagree with that. I'm sorry, but I got to disagree with that. I can't. Okay. Now, in some situations,
Sure.
I'm not gonna say in every situation. In some situations,
Okay.
a solution that is tailored to an individual will be more effective. In some situations, I cannot say the same for all. Right? For example, one-on-one therapy.
You can't speak for all. You
I
can
can't
only
speak for all.
yourself, though.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can
That's why it's
still
supposed to
make
be-
deductions based on the information that's presented to me, though.
Okay.
So, if we're looking at an audience, a diverse audience,
Okay.
right? And I try to make something that appeals to everybody, can I do that? You're saying no, I can't do that. Not in an effective manner, right?
From
Well, no, not saying you can't do it, but whatever you're going to develop and put in that space is not going to be the same product that's going to be on an individual.
Oh, okay,
tailored space.
that's true. But I agree with that. You can. It's not gonna be on the same level. But Jay-Z can't sit here and rap to every African American or every person in this country face to face and spit them a whole album face to face. So the most effective way he can do that and connect with everybody
It's
right,
through the album.
It's through the album. So the wide net, I feel like it sometimes can be effective. Like sometimes it can be almost too wide, right? And it's like, bro, you're not taking a stance on nothing, bro. What are you saying? Sometimes we see politicians, they say I'm for it, however, I'm also against it. That's basically what they be saying sometimes.
yeah, they're
So what's
yeah.
the
What's
net,
in your
right?
net?
Right. If it's a wide net and you cast it, what do you think is gonna? What do you think? You think you're gonna have some fish in there?
And I remember I didn't hear the whole album,
Right.
but from what I did hear,
It's pretty tailored
I
towards
saw
black
a
people.
wide net.
You think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I
That's how
think
it
I
was
saw
tailored
a wide net that was targeted for a specific situation.
Yeah, that's
Not a
true.
specific
Yeah.
person. That's what I saw, right? I saw, okay, if you in this situation right here, this is the logic I'm using. I don't know what y'all niggas doing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Right? That's like, you
the money phone.
This is what I would do if I was there, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Think about that. There's no point of living rich if you're gonna die broke.
That's all
So-
subjective. That's all
so-
subjective.
Okay, what about that? That's subjective.
Everything about that is subjective, because anybody that says what is living rich and dying broke, that's all going to be tailored to what they consider to be those things.
Okay.
So that's the whole.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
When
that's
you-
true,
When you
yeah.
when you attach to other people's celestial entertainment, And these things are all structured with due diligence from, psychology matrix and, demographic market data. So these solutions and these projects that are put out here for people's consumption, all of this is a well-oiled machine, and all of it is intended to do exactly what we're doing and how people are individually feeling.
Well, no, when you say that, what do you mean?
I like to be.
I like
so
that.
once again, my entertainment for what I get through things are being able to see the infrastructure of the code. So as your emotion
Hold on, I like what you
comes
said.
out, your emotion comes
I
out.
like what you said.
I like that. I like the entertainment.
I like what you said when you said it's all being designed to put forward
Yeah,
to you said generate a specific result, right?
that's correct.
Okay. So from what you've seen, what are some of the things that you feel like they've been doing to get that desired result?
Yeah, so what I have to use this opportunity as platform because I want to give what I do appreciate with the brand and with, what Jay-Z has been able to bring into the infrastructure of hip-hop is the ownership of, bringing forth that streaming service with Tidal. I think that was the biggest move. I think that was the biggest boss move
That he could have done.
That actually could have been done within the interwoven infrastructure of the hip-hop, just not even hip hop, just a genre of music. Really,
yeah.
I mean, it's genre defining. It's outside.
Yeah, he signed people that are not in hip hop.
It's,
Exactly.
He's
Pop
the only
artists.
one. He's the only one. That's the thing about it. Now it's like President Obama within our lifetime, and this is I think absolute fact. I think we're all kind of within the same range age wise. I really just don't foresee. I mean, it's gonna be interesting if another man of color comes across the presidential White House in our lifetime.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
In our lifetime, yeah.
Well, it's for like a
I think that's
freebie.
pretty historic.
I think so too. Yeah,
That's
I
why
don't
it's
know.
historic, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and he was half black. So it's just like we were halfway there, but
I think if we do see it again, it'll be when we're older, man.
I mean, but it's historic,
Okay.
right?
Here's-
it's a
So
landmark.
So what defines history? Something that doesn't happen like tomorrow. It's like it
Check-
happens.
and check this out, y'all.
Oh yeah.
On top of that, they okay. I was watching these YouTube videos about history. We were talking about like historic shit, right? And bro, when I go through like American history, world history, that's what I'm gonna say. When they go through world history and the different nations and empires, bro, it's like watching a season of a show, bro. Like it's so unpredictable.
Like Game of Thrones.
And look,
Exactly.
And the difference is when you're watching a movie or like a show, something happens, it catches you off guard, but it was still foreshadowing in some way, right?
Yeah.
Bro, with history, there's no foreshadowing, bro.
Yeah.
You discover a continent that nobody knew was there, that has never happened before. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That changed your world, bro.
Yes,
that
yeah.
doubled your world.
Yeah.
New races, new animals, new
Everything.
medicines,
It's
new
brand new
foods,
into
new
space.
plants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
new.
what I'm
You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Yes.
So when some of these things happens,
Right.
okay, the council just turned on the leader of the council. They stabbed him in the back. We're no longer a republic. We're an empire. Some shit like that happened, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that never happened in history type shit,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's like, how
Okay,
do we move in this
so
space?
I feel like that changes, that brings it to perspective. Something little like, okay, we got a black president now versus, oh, we just got conquered by Russia.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We have to learn Russian now because English is allowed on written paper. Real
Yeah.
shit. It happened in England. Bruh, I did not know this. England, right? Where the king and all them live, right? Now, well, y'all know Queen Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Queen, yeah.
Britain.
the Queen, the royal family. Do y'all know? And this is the funny thing is, England was conquered by Normandy. It's France, and was ruled by them for 300 years.
Damn.
300 years.
300 years.
300 years, and French was the spoken language, the official language of England. There was no English allowed on written paper.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
precious.
so the only where English was through the mouth.
Okay.
Right? It is a spoken language.
Yeah.
It was influenced for 300 years by the French. Now think about, let's think back and remember that the more influential and dominant nations in history tend to be viewed as more prestigious, right? And the French language is still looked at as prestigious today, right? Oh, you know French? Oh,
Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
I went to France,
Right.
right? You got a sense of aristocracy about you just by mentioning association with the country.
Yeah.
That's because they ruled England and conquered it for 300 years. You couldn't, bro. There was no written English. You understand the
Yeah.
impact of that?
That's
That means every time I read something, if I want to read, I can't read and write unless I know French. For 300 years, how many generations is that? Keep in mind the life expectancy was shorter, right? So that's
Yeah.
more generations than we got today.
Yeah.
True,
Okay.
yeah.
So I stumbled upon this because I was like, there's so many words that are similar with Spanish, right? And I'm like, bro, why is there so many fucking words similar to Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say, okay, you got the romantic languages, you got the fucking Germanic languages with German, Dutch, Swedish. English is a Germanic language. Keep in mind, we associated with Germany and them, right? Our enemies,
Yeah.
right? But it's more common ancestry. Y'all follow what I'm saying with that?
Yeah.
On the other end, you got
I'm about to get a beer real quick. I'll be right back.
On the
Yeah.
other end, you got Romanian. I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't want to talk too much, man. So you got Germanic, you got romantic languages, right?
Yeah.
Romantic on this branch of the tree, we got Romanian, Italian, Spanish, and of course Portuguese, because Portuguese and Spanish is very similar. Okay, so if you learn Spanish, it's easier to learn Italian or French because they got so much in common. So long story short, the reason why English got so many words in common with Spanish is because Spanish and French are from the same branch, and England was conquered by a French speaking colony or nation.
Yeah.
Sir, is that ice still those cubes still?
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It's probably gone. You can definitely check on that. Yeah.
The explanation was so long. We got people taking drink breaks. People.
We'll be back after these messages.
Yeah.
And AJ Lovey came back. I was still talking. He said, "I'm gonna go."
Yeah.
It's gone, or it's just
It's like my interview is coming back, or no?
AJ said, "Now this motherfucker still talking."
Actually, I'm gonna put this in.
I should have wrapped that shit up way sooner.
No. Hey, look, that's what happens when you get passionate.
Bruh,
You just keep going on and going on. Yeah.
Me and Shane are 10 weeks in. We've learned how to wrap up. We've learned no matter how passionate we are in it.
Yeah.
We're not sticking on that for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what we learned. That's what we've been
This
teaching.
whole time we've been teaching each other like time management and giving each other a certain amount of time for segments and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like
because remember our first early episodes, we were going all over the place, and we would forget what we were talking about 5 minutes ago.
It was messy.
Yeah.
At least one when we talk about movies and shows and shit.
No, we. Can
I told him
definitely
that.
do
Yeah.
That's easy.
I mean,
No,
but
that's not an
yeah.
issue.
Yeah. But
I'm down to talk about some movies.
Oh yeah.
G Money's coming back, and we're gonna get back into the interview. All right, so now one of my questions was actually going back to the beginning of, actually not going back too far, but going back to how it kind of started when you were saying Jay-Z buying Tidal was probably like the most like craziest shit. So I've noticed in yourself, you've always been like an entrepreneur.
Sure.
And so I want to ask you two-part question.
Yeah, totally.
Entrepreneurship, what's that mean to you? Not only entrepreneurship, but that in a sense, and also black entrepreneurship. And is that something that you've actually learned from your family through the church? Like, was there entrepreneurship that you were seeing firsthand all growing up, which turned you into what you were today?
That's exactly what it was.
Okay. You answered it for him.
I'm sorry. My question was
that's
too
why.
long.
But that's why you're always a sharp guy.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
like that. I'm just glad to be in the midst of such sharp individuals.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing about it. What I'm learning is once you've already conducted your due diligence, so you know what you're working with. Now let's talk about the new things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the things that are going to define like where we're at now and kind of where we're moving. Going forward.
Yeah.
A lot of the methodology is about defining the current state, but always be consciously trying to be in the future state.
Exactly.
So what you just said, you answered it for me. That's exactly where it all
Where it
stemmed
started.
from.
Okay. So now, so what is like, how important is like black ownership to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. It's everything because what I, for me as being a entrepreneur, black-owned business. What I find is that as I grow my brand and as I continue to provide services, within the space of consultative, technology from a human capital management perspective, when it comes to just the navigation for compliance within the health and welfare space, all these things, I live and breathe, and I'm able to be a part of everyone's success as we, move with these things because I want everyone to be successful. So if you have a business or if you're growing a brand or you're wanting to be contributory in whatever it is you're doing, you're going to need some key pieces. Some individuals are going to need, you might need some startup capital. You're definitely going to need some general liability insurance. If you are, insurance, if you're protecting, whatever you're growing, you're going to want to, protect yourself individually. So, these are all the things that I like to, provide within the space. So, seeing black-owned business early on has always been a motivating factor.
Yeah. So that's See, that's because I've always like myself. So my mom never my mom was a boss. Like she was always like the boss of whatever job she did.
Sure.
And she worked hard her whole life, but she never did the entrepreneurial thing.
Got it.
She wasn't an entrepreneur. She was more of a. She's an excellent worker. You know,
Well, they
always
have
on
them.
time.
They're actually called intrapreneurs.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, you have entrepreneurs and you have intrapreneurs. And intrapreneurs are just like entrepreneurs, but their passion as far as business ownership is mitigated because they're like owners within a business. So basically, you're basically like a partner of that infrastructure. They're intrapreneurs. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So you know, it's kind of like one of those things where I've kind of been an entrepreneur in a lot of different partnerships for a while as well. Because sometimes you don't need to create the whole infrastructure.
You don't. Sometimes you need to come in and help them maintain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm all about the established infrastructure when it comes to that.
Yes.
You're definitely an entrepreneur.
I'm all about that, bro.
Sure.
It's like the structure's already there in some instances. So all you gotta do is meet certain criteria, meet certain performance standards,
And
and
make
be
it
able to
better.
motivate people.
That's it.
And you
Yeah.
can excel. You can excel within that
that.
framework.
But the framework is always going to be capped. So the difference between
That's true.
The difference between the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur
Bring up on the
is
mic.
that
Yeah.
the only difference between the two is that once, and it's happened to me as well, as an entrepreneur, which I've been, same thing, partner within people's models, been successful, generated revenue, mastered that role within that
Of being an entrepreneur
that,
and whatever
framework,
you're
right?
in, you've been
and
the
then you
best at it.
realize that the same efforts, the same work that you're now doing, you could be doing it as an entrepreneur and securing more of the bag. It's like you just get to the point where you're leaving money on the table, giving it away for nothing.
Yeah, because and 9 times out of 10, you're probably doing more work than the entrepreneur.
There you go.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
I don't know. I
Exactly.
don't know. I think it's pros and cons with both
The
of them.
risk.
There's definitely pros and
Right,
cons.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's
That's what I was
definitely
thinking.
pros and cons
Because you definitely got more freedom.
Especially when it comes to risk. Risk alone is the biggest determination, like the biggest difference in both. You're taking all the risk as the entrepreneur.
Yes.
And as the entrepreneur, if everything
mitigated.
fails,
It's
it's
mitigated.
mitigated. If everything fails, the worst that can happen to me is I lose my job. I'm not going to go in debt.
But the
because
trade-off
company-
is like the risk and the freedom. Because you got more freedom as an entrepreneur.
That's correct.
But as an
What
entrepreneur,
kind of
you
freedom are you
gotta.
looking for, though?
Yeah, I was about to say there's different types
Well,
of freedom.
there's
Yeah,
different types
exactly.
of freedom. However, when you're the boss, or typically the higher status you have within an organization, the more freedom you're gonna have. By that I mean to act without having to ask permission,
Okay.
and to use your
Very
discretion.
Oh, yeah. So a decision maker.
So a decision maker, right? And they ask, okay, why did you do this? You could say, like, if you're in a lower position, you be like, oh, well, I thought it doesn't matter what you thought. What do the rules say? When you're in a higher position, they say, why did you take this course of action? You say, well, I took this course of action because of A, B, and C, and I could have did 1 or 2. I decided to do 2. They said, well, you are the boss.
Yeah. That's just what
Right,
it is. Yeah.
right. So you have the ability to evaluate information and then make your own decision. Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
who are you answering to? As long as you meet certain regulations and you're within certain within
Guidelines.
compliance with
Yeah.
the right organizations, and you're not breaking any laws, you can do what you want
Yeah. But your income is going to always be capped.
as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're being paid. So one thing I have picked up through some of the lyrics through this project that Jay-Z just put into the space, he did say something about he no longer has to wait to get paid. I think he was referring to Jimmy Iovine.
Yes,
on
yes, I do
quote.
remember that. Yeah,
And he
yeah.
said
I can't
something
remember
about-
exactly how
he
it
said
went, but
something
yeah.
about. I think he said something about Jimmy Iovine. You need to get with the new program because it's no longer about me waiting to get paid. Now I'll just go ahead and pay you. So that's so that I understand.
Yeah.
So now you're not waiting for your checks to come in.
Yeah, you're not waiting for that
You now are
check.
a true brand that's generating money in the market, and now you can pay out.
Yeah,
That's prolific. That's what the prolific move is here. And I mean, that is extraordinary. I
Yeah,
mean,
you have
that's
to
historic.
admire that.
To me,
Yeah.
it's historic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I'm in a celebratory moment of this because it's historic because he has achieved something essentially presidential, actually. Like presidential from perspective
Yes.
of the music, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it, the music was all about independent artists. You know, that was the whole thing. You know, I'm North Carolinian, so I was all about the inception of like Goody Mob. You know, the Good Die Young, mostly bullshit. So
And even the ninth Wonder generation and the Little Brother
Ninth Wonder.
generation.
here locally,
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
And that was all inspired from that. It was all inspired from the Outkast, the like I said, the Goody Mob, the Lauryn Hill, Fugees. It was all
Tribe,
inspired
yeah.
from that.
I got a question, man.
Yeah,
for
totally.
North Carolina
Yeah,
native.
totally. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my dad has always told me this, and I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
I haven't confirmed it, and I hope you can.
Okay.
My dad's from Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and you know my mom moved to North Carolina.
Yes.
I came with her, right?
Sure.
I was a kid. You know?
Okay.
She's like, he's always say, you know, North Carolina's real racist up there, boy.
Okay.
That's what that KKK was founded, boy. Smithfield, North Carolina.
Yes.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Smithfield? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that whole area.
Smithfield,
So we're
North
the
Carolina?
home of the KKK.
Are you fucking kidding me? This shit's
well,
like 30 minutes down the street, bro.
Holy shit.
When you say it like that, he's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Let's put this in perspective. The
That
enemy's
is-
on the border right now, bro.
Yeah,
You
that's-
know what I'm saying?
It's like somebody watch the door. You know?
Yeah, like I didn't. If you'd have said like
Yeah.
if you'd have said like
One of
West,
them- one of them probably
Asheville
live
or some shit, that ain't
No.
got nothing to do with me, nigga.
Yeah.
Stay over there.
One of them probably here on this property. before
God
you even got
damn,
here.
my
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah.
what?
Yes.
I
What
told
am
you, Johnson
this here-
County. I had a very many racist
Oh.
experiences growing up there. Man.
Wow.
Bro, I gotta
Many.
get more guns, bro. Niggas ain't down it anymore.
Okay, so
These
I
niggas
bring
are on
that,
the border, people.
The reason they are on the border, and I bring that up
Yes.
because I want to know: did you have any experiences,
Oh, that's a
any
good question.
indication of that,
That's a good question.
or do you feel like it doesn't really apply? I just want to know your viewpoint on that.
Yeah,
What's your-
man, I
what's your
appreciate
racism
you.
experience
yeah,
was?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a great question. It's a great segue because it allows me to just look at my upbringing with my dad. You know, my dad was one of those guys that North Carolinian, so he already understood how to navigate the topography of the North
racism.
Carolina area.
Yeah.
Because once again, like, you know, my great grandparents were here as well.
Right. So,
we've
what
been
did you
able-
did you
so
experience or view anything that might indicate that
well,
growing up, or maybe
It's always been that way.
okay?
it's
So
always-
is it you
it's
so
never
used to it it didn't even stand out to you, kind of thing, or
Well,
But he
always
knew
stood out.
his dad. He was saying his dad taught him how to navigate through
He
it.
did.
Though.
okay?
Yeah, because see, a lot of people, of course, have traveled into North Carolina from all different areas because
Very
it
true.
is essentially
Right.
it is essentially the diamond, the treasure I was referring to earlier.
So-
Which is
It
the
all ties
RTP.
in.
Because
That is.
I came down from Maryland,
There you go.
right, and up there it's like you could be Indian, you could be Asian, you could
Sure.
be black, you could be white, like. It didn't even matter, bro. Like
Right.
literally, where I lived, it did not matter.
Right.
And I came down here, and I was like, bro, I was like taken aback. Like I would be like, mind you, I'm like 10 years old.
Hey, what's up, nigga?
I remember I walked into a store.
Exactly.
We
So,
walked
right
into a
gut, right
store,
there.
and it was like one of those like gas stations out in the country. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like the
Just,
country,
it's
country.
just the store.
It's like
Yeah,
a store. You might go like 2-3 miles before you see anything else.
Yeah.
We went in. I went into the store, bro. Everybody, it was all white people, older white people. They were just staring at me as I was walking.
Right.
Like literally staring. Right.
Right.
I still didn't make the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's fast forward a couple years. There's a baseball field right down the street from my house. Did I tell you about this?
I think so. Yeah, I think you might have.
Right down the street from my house. And it's a church about 2 or 3 houses down in this direction, but it's mostly white people, right?
All right.
Big church. Okay. So I started playing for the little baseball team. They said, okay, you want to play on the team? Y'all got to come to church. What they didn't know is we went to church. We just didn't go to their church, right?
Sure.
We went to church. It was Raleigh International Church. It's not a black church nor a white
It's-
church,
yeah,
but a church of
it-
all nations.
what
That's
is
what
it,
it's called.
Non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go there, and we didn't think it mattered. We're like, okay, we praising God. Like, we praise God. Like,
We're
we
here to
ain't getting
praise-
none of it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we Christians too. We praise God. We go to church every Sunday. We want to play for y'all church.
Yeah.
Okay. They were like, if y'all don't come to church, y'all don't play on the team like that. Okay. Started going to the church. So, fast forward. The chili dogs were amazing. Let me say that. There's a little chili stand, like these country-made chili dogs, so off the chain. So, okay,
It's going to be defined by their palate. So you're a part of their experience. See, that's the thing about it too. When the things that you reference as being like memorable and this was great, just know if you didn't bring it in, that greatness was somebody else's standard.
and let me bring this into perspective. Me and my sister were the only black people on the team.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
So I remember one day we walked down there. We started playing. We're practicing. We had uniforms, everything. This is an official team. The coach pulled me and my sister to the side. The whole team is acting like they sleepy, like they tired and stuff. The coach pulls me and my sister aside and say, "Hey, Andrew, Sophia, when y'all come here with low energy like that, you come here with a low energy spirit, and it brings the whole energy of the team down because that spirit spreads to everybody.
Oh, wow.
So it's my fault the team is tired.
And how old were you at this point?
Well, I'm like 10, 11 years old.
It is
It's
your
me and my
fault.
sister. Not just me. It's me and my sister's fault that the
That is
entire
correct.
team is tired.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's how it is, bro. The racism shit is real because it's like,
that's accurate.
yeah. So you've always
Because
known.
you you guys were non-motivating factors to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
That's the stereotype, right? That we lazy, we're not motivated, right?
Exactly.
So if the team's not motivated, what's the cause of this?
The two black people
They
on
weren't
the
motivated
team.
because you guys were there.
So
That is true. That's what it was.
It's like, shit. Now we're tired because you walked in the room.
So you're coming into this. This is how they are here. So the code is, it wasn't they were tired because they were tired. They were tired. They didn't want to play because you guys were there on the bench. Now, if you guys wouldn't have been there, they would have been very motivated. They would have been excited. They would have been ready to go out there and win.
So
is that you think it was they didn't want us there? That what you think it was?
That is exactly what it was. Yeah. That's why I wanted to give it to you that way.
So
They
now
weren't tired. They weren't
speaking to that racial issue
Sure.
thing when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Since you were in the church, I'm assuming you were surrounded primarily by black people, or
Yes. Well, Greensboro is so the thing is, so basically.
okay, so that's
here-
where it started.
so
That's where
here-
you're at in Greensboro.
Yes,
that's
so
where your
here in
family's from.
Raleigh and also like Greensboro area. So in the Greensboro area, it has a lot of historic,
Greensboro
black-
separated by the railroad tracks.
That is.
Let's keep
that
it
is
very
true.
clear.
But
yeah,
it's always been a great, historic place for African American history.
yeah, because because of the
War,
sit-in.
The African American Museum
exactly.
is there.
Yup,
Totally,
the sit-in.
Yeah,
The famous sit-in,
was
yup.
there. Even from a ministry perspective.
You know they trying to shut it down though. Well, when I was there,
Bennett, Maya Angelou,
Oh.
Oprah Winfrey, Auntie.
damn.
They made a movie about it, Drumline, Nick Cannon.
Oh.
Hey, Nick Cannon's always been good in the space, but that
Damn,
was all
bro,
based on,
are you
AT&T.
serious? It was based off of A&T.
A&T.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that
Come
was
on,
A&T.
man. That's what we do. Celebrity
Hey,
lifestyle on the low.
but y'all-
That is coin. That's my thing.
y'all know they. I don't know if they
That's it.
successfully done it or not, but when I was in Greensboro,
Yes.
when I was living there, they were trying to shut down the African American History Museum. And I was with the speaker center, and the director. The people come in. It's like a writing center where people come in. You tutor them on papers, right?
Sure.
Speaker center, you tutor people on how to give speeches, whether it's persuasive or informative. So the director, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna give free tutoring to people who want to speak in town hall and give speeches to try to persuade the town."
Now, that's a
council and
fire
shit."
lesson to
Yeah.
learn right
That's
there.
good.
Okay, so they're like, okay, they're not coming here. We're gonna go downtown. So they wait like an hour. So then, when the waiting is done, everybody goes inside town hall where all the councils are having, the mayor, all the important people, right, the heads of your city and your town.
This is on Elm Street.
I think it was on
Downtown.
Elm Street, yeah,
That's
downtown.
downtown.
So you talking to the mayor, bro. You can talk. Talk to the mayor. Say whatever you want to say for 90 seconds. So they want us to wait outside so everybody can get their delivery together. Because they just going in there passing it. I'm like, no, bro. Okay, we understand you got passion, but it still got to be structured and logical. You're speaking from emotion. You got good points. You got to present those points to them in a way they can understand and value in 90 seconds, right? You're not going to be able to do that. You're going in straight emotion, right?
Yeah.
You pretend to ramble. Okay. I'm doing it right now a little bit. No, but so
Sorry, table.
we go in there and we're observing. Bro, this dude came in, dog. This dude came in and he had like 80 people with him. He goes up there. Oh, it was so epic. Bro, everything about the experience was 100% epic, bro. And they meet
Yeah.
every week.
Okay.
We went on a random week. This wasn't the first Wednesday of the month or nothing. This is a random one. I'm like, bro, people are coming in here going hard like this every week? Bro. There are some of them, they're like, bro, that man comes in here every week. He's come every week for the past 8 months. I'm like, what? He does a different speech every time?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, mind you, bro, you know I'm passionate about speaking and public speaking,
yeah.
but this shit was structured. It was passionate. And these people who now, like, some of them don't even got college degrees. They ain't majoring in communication, bro, but it's structured, bro. It's structured. Okay, one dude goes up there. He has a PowerPoint, bro. He's like a redneck dude, bro. He has a PowerPoint. He gets up there. He's like, okay. Mind you, y'all know Greensboro's kind of dirty and stuff, right? They getting to all of that, bro. They getting to all of that. 'Cause these people been studying the laws and all of that. Like, you could tell by the way they talking to them. Like, bro, this is going on for 1 year, bro. I will come every day till y'all change this law. Because this shit is wrong. It's ruining my life. Dude was like, okay, I want to show y'all something. And he turned on the PowerPoint. Dog, he is pissed, dog. He turned on the PowerPoint. And then it shows, like, this house, bro. And then he's like, okay, this is my house. And he hits the button. He said, now this is the house that's across the street. Where this is the abandoned house. It's completely fucked up. Like, weeds everywhere. Like, this shit is, like, completely fucked up.
Okay.
He said, now, 423. 423. And that was more than that. It was probably like 1,213. It was some crazy shit. 1,213. 1,213. That's the number of times I have to see that house. Every time I go outside, every time I come home, I'm looking at that. Now, I want y'all to think about what you see when you step outside of your house. Talking to the people up there, right? You don't see that, do you? Nah, I know you don't. You make us look at it because y'all don't have to, bruh. Going in, dog, and then, bruh, going in. But he was in the thing. He was like, I'm sick of it. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, this dude spazzed out. My fault. I'm about to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going for the Oscar here.
No, fuck it. I appreciate you. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No, he's my friend. Fuck you.
Yeah.
My fault, man.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
the dude comes with the 90 people behind him, 80 people behind him, and he says, "We're here. I represent the African American History Museum." Sure. Bro, when I say this brother was speaking like Dr. King, dog, this brother was speaking like Dr. King. He's like, bro, he spoke. Okay, right. The reason I was bringing up that last story because it's relevant. When he was talking, he hit the thing, and then he was like, "Okay, bro, your 90 seconds is up," like that. And he was like, "Yeah, go," and he cut his mic off. And he was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and cut my mic off, Randy." I think that was the mayor's name. It was like Randall. He said Randy like he knew him.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh yeah, just go ahead and cut my mic off, Randy. You real good at that. That's all you can do." And he walked off. And then the cop escorted him out.
Right.
All right, so when the dude from the African American History Museum came up and he started speaking, and the 90 seconds went up, the dude next to him, bro, this dude was so fly, clearly fly than everybody else up there. Like it was a distinction in the level of quality of his suit. Like you could tell the tie, the shirt, the suit itself, haircut, and it was like they could all afford that, but he chose to do it. Y'all know the situation I'm talking about? Like, okay, you want to be known for okay, all right, we know. What
Yeah.
yeah. Right? And he's like this, clearly not listening to anything the dude is saying. And he goes, and the dude is like, "This all we have." Everything y'all was just saying. Like this is what the first sit-in was. Was it A&T?
Oh yeah.
A&T.
A&T. That was the.
Right?
No, it was the Woolworths.
Woolworths.
Oh, I thought it was.
It was a counter.
He's representing all of that, and he's naming all of the people, like the artifacts that they have, the African American, the first person that invented this, person that did that, name all of that. He's like, y'all gonna take it away from us like that. While he's talking, the dude next to him does not care at all, bro. He's like, come on, man, just go ahead and it's 90 seconds is up, bro. What the fuck? Like, why are you letting him still go like that?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, just let him go. So the dude is like, bro, he sounded like he had so much pain in his voice, like he was about to cry, bro. Like. The dude was speaking. He's older gentleman, probably 60, 65. But he's like, he sounded like he might be a preacher or something. He was like, y'all gave us a document with 200 steps of regulations and codes we had to meet to keep the museum open. And it took us a year and a half, and we have met every single one of those regulations. And now y'all say y'all can't keep it open. I can't remember what the excuse was, bro, but it was lame as fuck, bro. I remember it. It was so lame that it was like if y'all
impactful experience,
right,
Yeah.
right, and he's like, bro, he sets it down like that, and he's like, y'all have zero integrity. I'm speaking like myself, but he was like, y'all have zero integrity. Y'all, if y'all didn't want to keep it open, because y'all didn't want to keep it open, y'all should have just said that from the beginning instead of saying y'all got to meet these codes and stuff first. That's why I was going out of business. We got to shut it down. Now we met him, and you coming up with another excuse, right? So now we're right where we were. You see, this just told it straight up. Yeah. Bro, this dude was going the hell in, man. It was going there.
But hold on, a couple things there. So basically, from a Greensboro perspective, I appreciate being a hybrid because my mom's side of the family is indigenously from there. So, I'm kind of like the best of both worlds, and I know that's kind of like a cliche reference.
Hybrid.
When you think about the best of both worlds.
Hybrid.
I always think about the best of both worlds of the Jay-Z and R. Kelly project that would have redefined the market then, but it was just kind of like they just couldn't make it really work.
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? I was a part of that, the inception of that, when that was all kind of bubbling up and that was taking place. So it was kind of crazy to see the tour, see the revenue infrastructure wrapped around it, get the album, and then see how the album was like to this day. Like it goes super duper hard. But like I said, people in today's market, they wouldn't even know to even go listen to that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But,
yeah.
And then also, since you're Greensboro, I just thought about this. Frank Lucas is from Greensboro.
He is.
Do you know people that were like kin to him?
You know what? Now I think back on it, I'm thinking back to
American Gangster.
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
Mm.
And I'm thinking back to some Lucases that I know in the area, and I'm thinking like, man, it did kind of come across. Like, man, are they really tied into like them?
To this
Frank,
to all.
you know what I'm saying?
The reason I say that,
And
It can't be that many Lucases in one.
That's what
no,
it's not
it's
that
them.
big.
It's
Yeah,
them, bro.
Exactly.
All right, in Georgia, from the town called LaGrange, my last name is Moody. Anybody there whose last name is Moody, we're related. There's no doubt. There's no fucking doubt. Is what I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you're Moody. Okay, all right. That's it.
Right.
If you find somebody that's that name, and it's like they marry in with other names, so then the cousin name even gets. This is country
Changed,
shit I'm talking about, man. This is country shit.
Yeah, where it doesn't matter. The name is so powerful. It's gonna continue.
Yeah.
So based on that,
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
ask you this too, though. Like, while I got the opportunity, it's kind of interesting. You know, with all things hip hop, and once again, I mean, just kind of shifting gears from the presidential, like, you know, accolades based on the title Jay-Z move, right? So like, let's kind of like think about this whole like Beyonce move they were talking about as far as like
Lemonade?
no, so they were saying kind of like Kanye and you know, Kim K, you know, they sent like 150,000
And
you know,
they threw
worth
them all
of
away?
well, they didn't throw it away. They
Or
kind of
some shit.
contributed to the staff. Now I think that if that's a genuine gesture to the people, because the people have provided, you know, I have 2, you know, little ones. So, you know, from a hospital perspective and a nursing staff, they're a part of that experience. You know, they're a part of, you know, being a part of the empire that we're building as far as our children and, you know, what we do for family. So I'm just thinking like, you know, that contribution that was sent, I think that's peace. I think that's great. Because I mean, they don't need that.
Yeah,
So
that's
therefore,
true.
giving it to like the people that have been there, like taking care of their children and the
everything.
experience.
Yeah,
and-
why not give back?
why
to the
not
people
give it to
taking
them,
care-
right?
Yeah.
So then you think about this. Now, if somebody actually gives you something they consider to be of value, okay? So we've extended something. You know, I want to show good favor. I want to show good faith towards your brand. I want to be peace towards what we have going. So I offer this to you, okay? Now, if somebody offers you something in true, like authentic goodwill, faith for you and what you're doing, and then you turn around and give it to the next person in front of
It's
their
a little
face, do you see that?
disrespectful.
Do you
It's
think that's
disrespectful. 100%.
You think so?
100%.
Why
I
do you
think
say
so.
that? Even if that person needed it more than you. So therefore, you already know in the pipeline.
This
you
is
already
the
know
thing,
that this is gonna.
because when the idea of you doing that was created, it was for you. So this person's thought, me handing you this cup, I'm like, this nigga's gonna love this cup. He's gonna love the drink in it. I even put a lime in there. This is for you. This is for you, my nigga.
Okay.
And then you're like,
I
that's
get it.
cool,
But
but I'm gonna give it to my homeboy. You're like,
what the fuck? Man? He told me he was thirsty because this thing is, he
Wait,
told
so
me he was thirsty.
He turned it down.
This thing.
they passed it off to the next
But
person.
he turned it down.
Yes.
You said he said no.
No,
I'm good.
they accepted it. No, they accepted it and
then
then just
they-
gave it to somebody else.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was in more.
Oh,
that
yeah,
could
that's-
have.
But was in need of it? That's what you were saying? Like,
Yeah.
like if you're not thirsty?
Because the other piece to that is when you
Yeah,
gave it
that's
to
pretty
me,
disrespectful.
my boy right here, he already told me. He said, "Man, I would love to have like my own cup."
I never
With
had
like
it.
a
You
lime
don't
in
think
it,
that's disrespectful?
with the lime in it, and this is what he's telling me. This is what my man was telling me. He
No,
was
no,
and I said,
what-
"Guess
what's your
what?"
stance on
I
it?
said, I said, guess what?
He's getting-
I said, guess what? I said, you know what, man? If you just hold tight, I'm gonna get you that. I'm gonna get you that solution. I'm gonna get you that cup. I'm gonna get you that lime. And because you know what, I know within my pipeline, I have like an overabundance. You know, I have an overflow. My cup runneth over.
It fills the shelves.
Drink off the concrete when you're already drinking in the bike frost of being able to transport. Where else are you going? You got everything.
But this is
So-
how you're supposed
so-
to do it, though. You're
Okay.
supposed to accept the one that the person's giving you,
Sure.
and kick out your own money to give it to the other person.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. He already told me what he's looking to get.
He already told you. He
so
already
when
told
it
you.
comes
Yeah,
in,
he
when
already-
it comes in, and I already told him, look, I'm gonna definitely
I got
get
you,
that.
yeah.
And the reason why I got you is because I already know I have an abundance, and that's the thing about it. It's not about me having to hoard anything, because what I want to do now, I have so much, and I've enjoyed so much now. I truly want to be all about philanthropy. I want to be philanthropic, I guess is what they call it. You know,
Yeah.
and what that means is everything that comes in is to be actually given away. If
Yeah.
I'm going to have that platform of being about philanthropy, and most people that are there, we're talking about like Beyonce, Oprah, Bill Gates, because that's the thing. I mean, it gets to the point where you can't really get
You got
anything
too
else.
much
You
stuff.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Too much
So
shit,
therefore, my
Like
thing
that cup is no longer special because you have a whole
They're
shelf
trying
of
to make
it.
Because
they're trying to make
not
it-
only do I have a whole shelf, I can buy 10 more shelves.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got them custom and everything.
But this guy's in need of it.
So not even in need.
Yeah.
But it'd be great for them to experience. But
Oh,
it's all about having
So
experiences.
you don't feel bad at the whole pass off move.
I think it was the right thing to do because when you respect being humble, and see that's why I bring it into Kendrick's offering in the space with this humble track.
He brought
You
the
know, I
word
love
back
it.
almost.
I love it because see the top layer is be humble. Be humble in the hook, and that's what everybody kind of like listens to, and that's what
Bitch,
people
be
hear.
humble.
You
Shut
know
up,
what I'm saying?
bitch. Shut up.
No,
Yeah.
sit down, little bitch.
Yeah, oh,
That's
yeah.
what it says. It says
Yeah.
be humble. So I look at it like you break down the knowledge. You break down the knowledge.
Sit down. That shit.
Yeah,
So that's the thing. You break down.
humble.
You really do the knowledge to that, right?
Yeah,
so
that
being
shit hard.
humble is already you contributing something in that space. You're tailoring yourself to be humble to an infrastructure that you feel you need to be humble in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So once you do that, you already have tailored yourself to that. He also says sit down. And then he says "little bitch," so it's like the different.
Yeah.
Because
it's
at that
different layers.
Bitch, sit down.
because most
You know?
people will get what you got from that
You
from
see?
the beginning, but only the certain people will only understand it if you add the "you bitch" to it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's to let you understand that there's more depth.
It's levels to this
There's
shit.
levels.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally.
So what I was thinking, we're coming up on our time anyway.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I think I pretty much asked you everything that I wanted to ask you today. Did you have anything else that you wanted?
No,
to
I was just contributing.
yeah. So I mean, did you have anything that you wanted to leave the people, your social media and stuff like that, and then we'll go ahead and start wrapping everything up.
Yeah, totally, man. I appreciate that opportunity, man. Definitely check me out on remedyinsurance.org.
Yes, sir.
Remedy Insurance Solutions is just that. It is the solution for all things holistically that you might be experiencing. So from a compliance perspective, anything you have going on from a auto, health and welfare, just life planning, it's kind of protection for life. So as you're, a single individual and you're looking at, as my man AJ has coined, like securing the bag, it's all about the true security is based on creating an insured infrastructure. So if you're going to secure something, okay, that means you definitely have to, you definitely have to put the pieces in motion to secure that fact. Exactly. Or what will happen is, and what does happen, will just become churn in the business matrix. And churn is always factored into all business matrix. So as you make money, if you don't do anything with it, if you don't insulate it correctly, then you'll just be churn, meaning that you'll have experiences, but they'll never be long lasting to build wealth or to build legacy. So remedy, solutions.org is where I can be contacted. I always have blog and information out there free, just to keep people informed. And that's what I got going on in the space, man. For sure. Totally.
Nice, man.
And that's the Gerald Cobb interview, a.k.a. G Money.
Yes,
and we're going to see y'all next week.
For
All
sure.
right, see you later.
Peace.
Out.